Before I even talk about this, all people on the African continent don't look alike. Let's just go ahead and say that. They know it. They'll look as we don't look like them. Whoever them is, okay? They know it. There's nothing wrong with them saying that because they may not. There may be obvious things that let them know that this is not my group. It's obvious. And then there are some West African and East African people who may look alike. For real, okay? They may, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that either, right? So if a Black American person or Black Americans may see a very, very, very some similarities for real, in the Black Scottish or the Black Russian when it comes to, or Black German or whoever, right? When it comes to how they look, they may look a lot like Black Americans. All of this is due to history. Okay, Scottish people were in the Americas, Italians, a lot of people, Spanish, all of these peoples, many of them, I can't say all of them, they were at some point in the United States of America and in the Caribbean and in South America. Okay, so if in fact there are some generations of people in Europe, right, and a lot of them may have, maybe they be biracial, or maybe they in the past they have a dual heritage somewhere, right, then that would explain why Black Americans can look over into at the Black Scottish, and it looks like they're looking at themselves. Because it even happened to me when I looked on Black Scottish TikTok. I did a double take. Because most times, just like even on the African continent, most times you can just glance up, yep, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, because Black Americans know what we look like, right? For the most part, just like any other ethnic group, right? So when you look up and you see someone that is Black Scottish, that look, and more than one, many of them on Black Scottish, they look like you. Everything, like everything except for the accent, everything. Yeah, it makes you do a double take. It makes you do a double take. Because let's talk reality. Reality is you could take somebody from East Africa. You can take a bunch of people from East Africa. You can take, not a bunch. Let's say, like, let's select. You can actually select people from East Africa, North Africa, Southern Africa, West Africa, Cuba, all of the Caribbean. You can select, right? Puerto Rico, you can select. You can go into Colombia. You can go into Peru. You can go into Brazil. You can go up into Canada. You can go into the United States of America. Line us all up. More than likely, we're going to be able to tell who we are. More than likely. And it's just something natural. It's just something natural. Sometimes we won't be able to tell the differences, okay? Sometimes you might select wrong, but for the most part, you can, okay? This is nothing to get angry at. This is nothing, because there's some people in the comments talking about, well, they are African. Yeah, of course they're African. That's what, like, what? I think they're trying to take it the wrong way. There's a mixture that happens over here in the United States of America, and there's also some mixes in Africa too. Okay? And looking like someone isn't just always about, right here, skin color. It's not always about that. It's about how you carry yourself. It's about your gestures. It's about your stance. It's about your style. It's something. I don't know what it is, but it's something that you identify, if that makes sense. And so when Black Americans saw some Black Scottish, I know I did a double take. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, what? Because they could literally like fly over here, and everybody would, if they didn't open their mouths, and that's the same for some people in Africa. That's the same for some people that's the same for some people all around the globe. But it just so happens that Black Americans formed a friendship with the Black Scottish, and so people are making it something that it's not. Okay, we just happened to come across Black Scottish, and we were like, oh, we're seeing very much similarities, like very much similarities in many of them. No lie. If we were to do the same thing, we just select a group and say, okay, well, let's go find out about these people over here, right? And we just selected a group, and if they look like us, we'd be like, oh my God. If they behave like us, we're like, oh my gosh, what the world? But don't read too much into something that is not. Like, it's just facts that when we saw Black Scottish, they reminded us of us. For real. And this doesn't have to go, it doesn't matter where their parents are from. It doesn't matter where their ancestry is from, or their lineages. They could have a lineage or multiple lineages. You don't have to get into that. Once we saw them, it was difficult for many of them, not all of them, for many of them, for many of us to not see what we're seeing. And I have specific ones in mind, okay? It's very difficult for us to unsee what the flip we seeing, okay? Because very much alike. Mannerisms, whole nine. Whole nine. Not forced either. Not just doing it to do it. Just, it was wild. It's wild to see. It's wild.